Hey, what's up? This is Matt with Let's Talk Music. You can check out my website at rockmusicandmore.com. It's still in the development stages, so it's kind of limited on content, but I do have a news feed, I have pictures from interviews, and I also have a blog, which I plan on doing more work with, and a contest page, which recently I did an interview with Boba Flex, which you can find on my YouTube channel, and I gave away autographed merchandise, so that was pretty cool. Also, there's a forum, which, I'm working on still, but, we'll get it going. Anyways, this is my first vlog. My cousin asked me to do a vlog on Metallica, which pretty much is my favorite band, even though there's all kinds of sweet, cool bands out now. I mean, I've heard a lot that just really, get me, but Metallica has always been my favorite, and that's his fault because I was introduced to Last Caress Green Hell off of Garage Days Revisited, then that 598 EP, and just kind of fell in love. Anyways, for those of you that don't know about Metallica, they started in 1981. They're a Bay Area metal thrash band. They consisted of Lars Ulrich, James Hetfield, Ron McGovney, and Dave Mustaine. They came out with No Life Till Leather, which is really not a produced album, just kind of an underground thing. And then, Kill 'Em All in 1983, which, kind of sporting a shirt today. At that point, Dave Mustaine and Ron McGovney was gone, and we had Kirk Hammett and, Cliff Burton. Sorry about that. Anyways, this is all opinion based, really. I mean, there's some facts, but mostly opinion. So here we go. I love Metallica. I'm not going to try to put them down or anything, but I feel like their newest albums have kind of lacked the luster that they used to have. It's not really, the hardcore essential Metallica. It's more produced, and that kind of happened with the Black Album when Bob Rock came along, and James Hetfield takes vocal lessons. I mean, come on. The dude was a natural, just, he had that crunch to his voice just like the guitars, and it was great. So, my favorite album is Master of Puppets by far. Every song on that album I love. And I would say probably my favorite song is, I'm going to go with Creeping Death. I've actually thought about having that tattoo done on my back without the Metallica, but that album cover is sweet. So anyways, I feel that, Metallica, if you watched my Boba Flex interview, Marty and Sean and I talk about it. We talk about, what they think about their last great album, and, Marty says the Black Album, which, that's his opinion. He's welcome to that. I think the Black Album was good. I think it was the last good album, but it wasn't great. I want to go with probably Master of Puppets, maybe Injustice for All. Those were the last ones that were really kind of just heavy, hardcore stuff. But I believe that Injustice for All kind of put them into the mainstream with One. They said they'd never do a video. They did a video for One, and all of a sudden they was everywhere. And I went to school with a bunch of people that were like, oh my God, do you hear that double bass? And I'm like, are you serious? That's been in metal for ages. But these are people that didn't really listen to metal. They was listening to, hip hop, R&B, which I, again, have no issue with. But you can't say, hey, do you hear that double bass? That's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome when you hear it the first time, but for the most part, I've been listening to it for a long time. Anyways, there's been a lot of things that, Metallica's been through. They've had their ups and downs. They lost Cliff Burton in 1986, during the Master of Puppets tour out in Lars' hometown of Copenhagen, Denmark. Replaced him with Jason Newsted, which I feel was a great bass player. Was a great replacement. He filled Cliff's shoes very well. And if Jason, if you're watching, I feel horrible for all the things that went down, and I wish that you were still with him. But it is what it is. You know, that's the music biz. So Metallica, though, they've done a lot. I mean, they've been called the biggest metal band in the world. Ozzy, when he was on tour with them back in the day with the Master of Puppets album, he then even said that they're going to be the biggest band in the world, and that's a pretty big statement coming from a guy that, you know, kind of started metal. So anyway, I just, I don't know how many people out there are really into Metallica anymore. I mean, if you are, you're more than likely into the newer stuff, as where me, I'm into the older stuff. I don't care too much for the newer stuff. I think Death Magnetic was okay. Say Anger was, it was horrible in my eyes. I didn't get into it. I mean, Master of Puppets to me has so many songs that you can just really kind of feel the raw feeling of what they're trying to convey. You can feel just the music, like Orion. I mean, I've been sitting there before, you know, having a few beers or whatever, got a good buzz going, and, you know, jamming to Orion, and it's just, it is still to this day gives me goosebumps. But, you know, it's, like I said, my opinion. Your opinion may be different. You know, the fact that Dave Mustaine, you know, was kicked out of the band, and, you know, probably a good thing, moved on to start Megadeth, which is a great band. You know, Jason Newsted, as we said, you know, I talked about, kind of, you know, he left. Rob is not bad at all. You know, Rob had played with Suicidal Tendencies, Ozzy. I mean, great bass player. I think after seeing them so many times with Jason, he doesn't really fit in for me. He's got a great stage presence, but Jason was just this ball of energy. I mean, you watch this guy on stage, he was constantly running around, head banging. You know, he had, you know, just this raw energy, and like he did a lot of the backing vocals. Like if you ever watched the, what is it, the live shit Binge and Purge, you know, he's doing the backing vocals to Creeping Death, and it's just, it sounds great, you know. Now, on Saint Anger, Kirk Hammett actually for the first time did any kind of vocals, and I kind of feel bad for him that was his first time, because that album was horrible. But it's, you know, is what it is. It's their business. So anyway, I think that pretty much every metal fan knows who Metallica is. Most of your bands today are influenced by Metallica in some way or another. You know, I'm not really going to get into the history of them, you know, the Wikipedia stuff, because you can go on Wikipedia and look that up for yourself. I mean, there's a plethora of information on there. So, but if you've ever seen them live, you know that they are amazing live band. And I feel like in the years, most recent years, they've kind of, with James trying to have more of a singing voice, it's kind of killed the show. But I mean, he's getting older, and I understand that he's not going to be able to, you know, do the whole grr forever, you know. I mean, he's getting up there, so I give him credit. I mean, you know, they started in 81, here it is 2019. You know, props. You guys have been through all of the music changes, all the different, you know, problems with record labels, whatnot. I mean, you know, you guys definitely got my seal of approval. But anywho, this is, like I said, my first vlog. It was for my cousin. I hope you like it. Again, subscribe, like, hit on the subscription bell or notification bell, whatever. I'm new to this, so cut me some slack. Sooner or later, you know, I'll be getting more of these out. Like I said, leave in the comments if you want me to talk about a favorite band of yours or something. We can argue about it, whatever you want to do. You know, but I am a metal fan through and through, and Metallica is it for me. Even though their last few albums have not been the greatest, I still love them, and you know, it's been a nice journey for me, seeing as how when they started I was what, 5 years old. So anyway, if you've not heard Metallica, which you must live under a rock if you haven't, but if you haven't, check them out. I highly recommend Master of Puppets or Injustice for All. It depends on your type of, music, your speed. Their older stuff's a little harder, faster than the, newer stuff. But either way, this is Matt with Let's Talk Music at rockmusicandmore.com, and let's have a cheers to Metallica and all of my music fans out there. Keep on rocking.